Alright guys, what is going on? Today we are finally putting on my new bumper after I think this is like the third or fourth time I tried to put it on. So the first time I tried to do it myself and could not figure it out at all. So I decided to take it to a body shop and the body shop couldn't figure out how to do it. So now me and Cruz from SDMotorworks contacted our INGS and they told us that we have to either trim the crash bracket or take it off. So me and Tim are about to get it done. Alright guys, so we have the bumper fully off, and so the difference between that bumper and the stock bumper is the DOT laws are different in Japan, so they can make their bumpers smaller, and so the crash bar is right here, and that's what's hitting right here, making this bumper not fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and put this bumper up here and see where exactly it's hitting, and then we're either going to shave it down or we're actually just going to take this out. But I'd rather just shave it down just for safety reasons, but I don't really know yet. We're going to line it up and see what happens. So I think where is it hitting?
It's probably going to be hitting right here.
Okay.
Because watch. I kind of need you. I need it where it's supposed to go. So try to get these on. Is that sitting down there?
Probably. Okay, so right now we have it lined up to where it's supposed to be, and we're trying to figure out what part to cut in order to be able to fit this bumper on. Because like I said, the DOT registrations are different in Japan and the USA, so this crash bar right here is a lot thicker than the one in Japan, so we're trying to figure out where we need to cut and where we need to line it up.
That way.
What we're thinking is this bumper does not have a hole right here like that. You can see that, but then there's a clip right here and a hole in the bumper right there. So we're thinking is we're gonna take out these clips because there's no like clips on this bumper. We're gonna take out these clips and see if it lines up going inside. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. So we're gonna take these out, push this in, and see if that clip hooks up right there.
And then this clip should be, unless it wraps around here, and then we'll have to unbolt that and then pull it out.
Yeah. So this is what we're talking about, guys. The clip thing right there. Just gotta take a few bolts out, and we're gonna take that one out. Go.
Maybe.
Okay, so we finally got this piece out. It's a pain in the ass. There's like this clip thing back here and it's super hard to get. We actually broke the bottom part of it, but it's finally out. And I think that the bumper's gonna line up now that we got this out, but we're gonna go ahead and see. Boom, our theory was right. These little clip pieces from the side right here, that was what was preventing the bumper from coming on. So had nothing to do with the crash beam, it was all these freaking clips. So now we got the bumper on and it looks a little hangy on the side just because we got to bolt it up. But the bumper is on and we're gonna line it up perfect and get it all bolted up and start connecting all the pieces.
Here on the plastic piece.
Okay, so the bumper is on. Now we just have to, we're gonna run to the store and get some nuts and bolts and stuff like that so we can get her on there all nice and tight, but it's lined up for the most part. Alright guys, we just got back from Lowe's getting all of our screws and stuff. The bolts that we got are 8 by 1.25, and then we got nuts and washers and all that so we can start tightening everything in. And then I went outside and painted all the vents black so it doesn't look all weird up in here. So that's what's going on right now. So with this is the thing that goes into the bumper with the the fog lights and the turning signals. Well, the fog light doesn't fit into there, so we're gonna have to cut off one of the little hole things right there so that it fits into here and we can put it into the into the INGS belt. So Tim's gonna do the cutting.
Yeah.
Tim help.
Yeah, we got a little bit more to trim off, but
it worked, but we just need just a little bit more. Yeah.
On this side, not on that side.
All right, now it fits perfectly with Tim's master work. Fits nice, and now we're gonna try and fix the bumper and see how that works.
Believe me.
How's it fit?
We'll see in a second here. Where's the
It's in there.
Kinda seems like it needs to go back further.
Alright guys, so we're making some decent progress. We have the fog lights in, the turn signal in, and the grill in, and then all the black mesh is in right now. This is for one side, so we have the black mesh down there. So it's coming along nicely. Now we just have to do this other side and then slap it on, and then we're finally done. This has been the biggest pain in the ass ever. Definitely is not perfect fitment on the fog lights and stuff. That's definitely something that we're gonna have to work on, but we have it as good as it's gonna get, so we'll have to deal with it.
I can do it that way.
All right guys, we've got both fog light and turn signals in there. We're just bolting everything up. There's a few bolts right here. Let me focus that if I can. A few bolts right there, and then we have two under back there, and then the turn signals right there. Fitment is not perfect, but when you get a bumper like this, you have to expect to modify it a little bit because the fog lights do have gaps in them. So just working with what we have right now. But when you expect to get a JDM bumper, you know, it's not going to fit perfectly because obviously it's not stock, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. We're getting it on. It's going to be on very soon, and I'm very excited, and it still looks really, really good, but that's the status for right now. Alright, so remember when I told you guys that we actually did not have to cut the crash bracket? Well, I didn't account for the fog light brackets and the turning signal brackets, so now we have to cut this like right here, of course. So I thought we were almost done, but no, we have to cut this now. So Tim's taking off the crash bracket right now so we can go ahead and cut it. Alright, crash bracket is off.
Outside with the bar.
Alright, so that's how much he cut off right there. Now we're gonna go put that back onto the car, and hopefully the bumper will fit on now. Alright, putting the crash bracket. Alright, let's do it.
You're very daring with the camera.
Yeah. Put the bolt back in. Okay. Are you ready? Yes.
Gotta go up.
Are you putting the plastic behind the bumper?
Yeah, I can come do it in a minute. I'm doing it a certain way.
Okay. Alright, so our next project to tackle is the fender. So my fender is extremely rolled, which means there's a little gap right there. So if you can see in there, we have a little bolt in there, and we're gonna try and pull it together. So, don't know how well that's gonna work, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a try. Alright guys, gap almost gone. We didn't want to go a little bit more because we didn't want to stress it out or anything, Plus, this is probably gonna be gone whenever I do get the fender flare, so we're gonna leave it like that for now, but a lot better than what it was. So this side is on. Bolted on, and it's all done. Alright guys, so I'm finally home, and check this out. There is the finished product. Finally, it's on and it looks so good. Oh my god, it just makes me love it infinity times more. Seriously. The lines are so good on it, so aggressive. So sharp and everything. Oh my god, and it looks so good and so mean from the front. Ugh. But yeah, there is the front bumper. And I definitely want to give a huge shout out to Tim for helping me put this on, because literally I couldn't do it myself. The body shop didn't even know how to do it. And finally, when me and Cruz from SDMotorworks found out how to do it, Tim was the one who executed everything perfectly. Everything fits really good except for the fog lights, like I said before. But that's just how the bumper is going to have to be, and you can't even notice it unless I point it out to you. But once again, thank you so much to Tim, and thank you to Cruz from SDMotorworks for actually getting me the bumper, because it's all the way from Japan. It took him a lot to get in touch with INGS and get this bumper for me, and he got it to me as fast as he possibly could. And INGS did an awesome job with the bumper. So all around, thank you for everybody who helped this happen. I'm so thankful that it's finally here, it's finally on, and it's almost done. So now what's to come? We have to do the fender flares, get it painted, and all that stuff. I'll have more about the fender flares soon. I'm trying to wait until I get the wheels so we can actually do a real test fit, because we did a little test fit, but we couldn't like get an accurate measurement without the wheels on there. So that's the only problem I have, and I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get the wheels. So I'll keep you guys updated on all of that. But another thing I wanted to say is be sure to leave your questions in the comments down below, because on Thursday I'm going to do a closer look video and answer all the questions that you have about the bumper. So I'll go ahead and give you guys a little walk around of it, just so you get another look before you ask the questions. There you go. So be sure to leave your questions in the comments down below so I can answer them for Thursday's video. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked the DIY install, because it was a bitch. It really was. It sucked, but totally worth it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for Thursday. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe and like if you like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. And one more thing, this bumper is totally going to be painted. It's not going to stay black and matte like that. They're going to polish it and paint it. A lot of you guys, whenever I did the unboxing video, asked if it was going to get painted. Of course it's going to get painted. I'm not going to leave it that color. I'm just waiting until I get the fender flares and the bumper on the car before I paint it. So yeah.